My subjects.
Fellow members of the council.
I'm going to pretend to do all this stuff for you in Maldon, but actually I'm not going to execute on any of it. It's just a lie to get you to vote for me.
You can see the graffiti.
Yeah.
The prisoner's graffiti.
Look at that. This was the exercise yard. It's tiny.
Really tiny. This is what we call a witch mark. It's very faint.
Where?
Okay, so the door goes.
What? Oh, come on. Look at this. Wow. Good afternoon all and welcome to another episode of A Day in the UK, and today we are in historic Maldon in Essex. Loads to see, but this is going to be a separate video. We're going to do a series of videos on Maldon because there's loads to see. But this is the jewel in the crown. We're going to start here of Maldon, which is Moot Hall, and it was a seat of local government for over 400 years. Okay. I've never been able to gain entrance into Moot Hall. Hello, are you Sue?
I'm Sue.
Hello, Sue. Adam. Nice. Are you eating a sausage roll there from Greg's?
Sorry.
I love it. You can't beat a Greg's sausage roll, can you? To be fair.
No, Greg's do good ones.
They do. We are in Moot Hall.
We are.
What is Moot Hall?
The Moot Hall. Well, the word Moot Hall is an Anglo-Saxon word that means meeting place.
Right.
So that's why you get lots of moot halls all over the country.
Oh, right.
Because that then became the term that you use for a civic building.
Right.
So the council would meet here.
Right.
So ours is a meeting place for the town council.
So this is a meeting place for the town council. Is it still a meeting place for the town council?
No longer. The last meeting was held upstairs in 1999.
Really?
They now meet in the town hall just down the road.
And look at this old door over here. Where would that have led? You've got inscriptions here on the door as well. Is that authentic?
This is an original 1420s door.
Right.
This place was built 600 years ago.
Wow. Okay.
And it is one of the very first brick buildings certainly in Essex and pretty much in the country.
Really?
Yeah. We know that the Darcy family had it built, and we know that Lord Darcy probably had to bring in his bricklayers and his brickmakers from the continent because there was no one around here who could make them or lay them because there was no history of brickwork.
So I'm taking it Lord Darcy was someone who owned many estates. Sounds like a very rich guy.
Yeah, he was doing really well.
I'll bet.
He was a lawyer, he was an MP, he'd married Alice Fitz-Langley, who had quite an income of her own, and because their joint income was quite huge, they decided to have their new family home built out of brick.
This straight away is something. Yeah? I'll tell you what, everyone. Yes. This is this sort of thing that I love to walk around in, and can I look? There's a
dates approximately to the 1420s. It may be very slightly later, as in about 10 years.
Okay.
But just look at the brickwork. You've got round bricks for the newel post.
Okay.
I mean, how they made those, I do not know. You've got a handrail going up.
Oh, there's a brick handrail.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look up at the ceiling, you've got this amazing double helix pattern of brickwork on the ceiling.
It spirals.
Yes.
Should we go up?
We cannot go this way.
Can we not?
After the Darcys had moved away, it was bought by the town council in 1576.
Right.
And this floor became the town prison.
Oh, I see.
Didn't want your prisoners to have access to a possible escape route, so this was blocked off.
Oh, right.
It was only unblocked in 1969.
That's incredible.
And that's why this bit is in such amazing condition. Higher up, the brick stairs were used the whole time.
Right.
And they've worn down.
Okay.
So they've had to put wooden steps over the brick steps.
Right.
Which means that the frame for the supports for that blocks it just around this corner. So we can't go up this way.
We can't go up. What a shame.
We have to go.
What a shame. I was so excited about that. I bet everyone was thinking, yeah, what's up there?
Yeah, we come back to it later.
We'll come back to that. Right. Come on then, Sue. Let's have a little look.
So this was the prison, and it was horrible.
This room was the prison?
This room became the prison.
Okay.
So this is the prison door.
Oh, right, yeah.
And that would have originally been outside onto the high street.
Right.
It moved inwards.
That's the original prison door?
Yeah. dates to around about 1600.
That's incredible, isn't
You
it?
can see the graffiti.
Yeah.
The prisoner's graffiti,
Look at that.
which is this boat. Beautiful.
Oh, look at that. That's
dates
authentic,
to
is it?
about 1740.
1740.
Do you want to see the exercise yard?
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
I think everyone wants to see the exercise yard. This is the exercise yard, yeah?
This is the way to
Of the actual prison.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Big step, watch out. The passage cut through
way, what?
the old cellar. So this
Oh,
is the
look at this.
1420 cellar.
This is a 1420 cellar.
Yeah.
For
A barrel roof. Out this way they would have had the kitchens, the brewery, the stables, and they would have kept things, you know, barrels of beer, fresh produce, I suppose.
Yeah.
In here.
This was the exercise yard. It's tiny.
Really tiny. Yes.
Oh wow.
And it originally only went up to where the cement changes colour.
To where the cement changes colour.
Yeah. So that would have been
But
quite
then easy to escape.
yeah, and they did.
I'm not being funny. I mean, could you escape that? If you had long legs, if you were quite tall,
Yep.
Yeah.
Even I could probably.
especially those, what are they called? These guys who jump around all over the place. They use them in films. Parkour.
Okay.
If
Parkour, that's it.
Sorry.
Not parquet. That's
If you, by the way, there's no way I'd be able to do that. I don't know about you, but if you do some parkour, that would have been an easy route for you to escape.
We've
Easy.
got records of one prisoner boosting his mate up.
Yeah?
The mate wiggling through the lattice metal roof that was there. And then his friend leant down and hoiked him up as well, and they both escaped.
That's amazing. I can see, and you can tell me whether this is authentic. I mean, what's
It
this?
is.
Is this authentic graffiti?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would they have called it graffiti in those? Just
I
people
don't
just
know.
marking
It's
their
an old
names
term.
and so on, isn't
But
it?
yeah, it's leaving their mark.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool, isn't it? What's this say? I can't say.
It's Putney. It's definitely Putney. A. Robinson.
Oh, sorry. If I'm getting close there, A. Robinson Putney.
We've got a wonderful project on at the moment called Project 600.
Right.
Where we're trying to track down the names of the people on the bricks.
Really?
And it's extended
I love it.
to
Yeah, let's take a look
people
up
who
here.
tried in the courtroom, which is the next floor that we go up to.
Yeah. What a tiny yard.
Yes. But it's fresh air and a urinal. Woohoo!
What? This was a place where they would
Yeah.
take a leak. And this is just male prisoners, right?
Yeah. The police station was here as well.
Right.
Yeah, Maldon had its own police force up until
Oh, here we go.
18 up. They're our bells.
They're your bells.
Yeah. You'll see them upstairs.
Let's take a look, shall we?
Indeed.
Amazing. Okay. So we have to go outside to go upstairs.
We do, because they put in a later staircase.
Yeah.
That's it.
Okay.
This is a Georgian staircase.
A Georgian
So it
staircase.
dates to about 1810.
Okay.
And it just gets you up to the courtroom with a bit more elegance inside.
It's a beautiful set of stairs. It's lovely, isn't it?
It's lovely.
Okay. This looks very interesting. What is going on here, everyone? And is that a pulpit? What are they?
That's the witness box, but it does look like a pulpit.
Okay.
Because the guy who fitted this out
Yeah.
was a shipwright, and he also
Really?
used to do chapels. So it's got a real chapel feel to it. Maldon was really two towns. You had the fishermen and the boat builders, the shipwrights. They would have been down around the quay,
Yeah.
the prom area.
Yeah, and we'll
then
get
up
there as
here,
well.
you
Beautiful,
had
isn't it?
town. Yeah, so based around, that was all, the fisher folk were all based around St Mary's Church.
Right.
And then the town folk were all based around All Saints.
I love that. The fisher folk and the town folk.
Yeah, very much so. And
Isn't
then
that
the
lovely?
racial
Why can't we use those words these days? Can you imagine that? Anyway, go on.
So in in here,
Yeah.
you've got, this was the witness box.
Yeah.
It's still got the oath on the side there.
Right, hang on a minute. I'm going to get in here as well. Here we go. Okay, what does this say? Let's see.
I swear by Almighty God,
Right.
that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Go on, I've got to do it. I've got to do it. I swear by Almighty God that the evidence I should give, actually, it probably wouldn't have spoken like that, it would have been like this, wouldn't it? Swear by Almighty God that the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, Governor. Alright?
Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, brilliant. So this is where the witness would stand.
Yeah, the defendant would be stood in here.
The defendant would be stood in there. Okay, great.
With a step for children or for smaller people.
Oh right.
Because there were children tried in here in Victorian times.
Awful. What, for stealing and...
Yeah, we've got a case of a young girl who stole a loaf of bread from one of the high street shops.
Really?
And she was transported to Australia because of that.
Oh God.
We've got the case of Berry Bradbrook, I should say, who was caught stealing a guinea and a silk handkerchief from a gentleman at one of the fairs.
Right.
And he was sentenced to 14 years transportation from here. They took him down to the rotting old warship down on the Thames, which was called a prison hulk.
Okay.
And then they realised they got his sentence wrong. So they marched him back up here, told him that actually it was only 7 years, and then sent him back to the prison hulk. And then he finally was taken out to Australia on a boat called the Minerva.
You wouldn't want to live in those days,
No.
would you? Let's be honest.
No.
So, okay, we've got the witness box, we've got the prisoner, and here?
Yeah, in here would be the lawyers.
In here would be the lawyers, okay, and they would all sit round in a circle, okay?
It's called a well court because of that shape.
A well court? I've never seen anything like it.
It's very Dickensian, isn't it? You could imagine Pickwick being in here or something like that.
Yeah, and they're all discussing it, aren't they? They're all sitting around in a circle. It's quite a nice way of doing it.
Yeah, all their papers out.
Of course. Top hats.
I have
Dressed in
no
the-
idea, actually.
I wonder what they would look like.
Yeah,
It would have been
absolutely.
interesting. And what about this in the background there?
Yeah, the judge, or more commonly the magistrate.
Right.
Sat up there.
Okay.
And members of the public sat at that side.
On this corner here.
Yeah.
Let's have a look. Okay.
And you can see the curtain there.
Yeah.
And the curtain was pulled across to stop members of the public being able to see the judge's notes, and also apparently to stop them bribing the judge.
Oh, can you imagine?
I'm not sure a curtain would really do
Yeah.
the job.
Look at this. That's incredible, isn't it?
This is the old gas lighting, which you can see the taps.
I can, yeah. Actually, let's zoom into that. Yeah.
And then it was converted to electricity.
Oh, look, I've never seen that before. I've
No.
never seen anything like it.
No, it's lovely.
Yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it?
And the beautiful brickwork over here
Yeah.
was only uncovered about 15 years ago.
Right.
And before that it was plastered over and blocked in.
Uh-huh.
And because of, they're called trefoil-headed arches,
Okay.
and there's only 3 or 4 of them in the country, and you only find them over medieval fireplaces. So we now knew that this was the room where Mr. Darcy, back in the 1420s and 30s, he would have greeted his guests in here. This
Yeah.
would have been the room where they feasted.
Because, as you said earlier, it was originally a home for Mr. Darcy.
Yep.
Mr. Darcy, not the Darcy in the books, obviously.
No, not that one.
Not that Darcy, all right. Tremendous. And I've noticed over here, are these original keys?
There are. Yes, Maldon was a port, of course, so we did have rats. And
Right.
it was possible that the rats might bring the plague in.
Right.
They're not our handcuffs.
I was
but
going to
they
say
are.
these cuffs are incredible, aren't they?
Yeah. You wouldn't want to wear them. But
No.
something very similar to that would have been worn.
Yeah, yeah.
And you've also, this little book Maldon had its own police force up until 1889, and then it merged with the Essex police force.
Right.
And a little old lady sent us her father's book of police regulations because he was stationed here.
That actual book was the book of police regulations. So it had an independent police force, independent of the Met and the Essex Police.
Yep. Every town had its own. And my favourite in there is, it shall be the job of every police constable to pick up orange peel when he sees it on the pavement.
I love these old laws. Amazing. Yeah. Shall we take a look through there?
We can. Would you like to go on the balcony?
Hell yeah. Do you know, I totally forgot about that. Let's do that. Let's get onto the balcony, shall we?
Mind your head.
Oh, this is lovely, isn't it? Look at this, everyone. What a beautiful view. Bustling, lovely day for it as well.
Look.
Okay.
And you see the clock.
Oh yeah, right. Let's take a good look at that as well. Look at that, stunning. What year are we looking at there? That looks sort of 19th century, doesn't it? 1881.
And originally it was gilded with gold.
Really?
But they painted it black for the death of Queen Victoria. And it's stayed black ever since.
Do you know, it's little facts like that are just so fascinating, aren't they? You wouldn't imagine that a colour would have such significance, would you?
No.
But it has.
Indeed.
Look at that.
They're not the original hands, unfortunately. Someone came out and stole the hands. How they managed it, we don't know.
Right.
When they came to replacing the hands, they realised that the hands that had been stolen were not the original hands.
Really?
So we don't know what happened to the original hands.
What an amazing balcony though, originally. I wonder if this would have been in the house as well. This would have been there at the time.
Every time there was a new mayor, the new mayor would have been introduced from here. Every time there was an election, the election results were introduced from here.
What an amazing platform to be able to stand and greet everyone and pitch, do your pitch. Do your political pitch. Beautiful. Hey, look at that. That is my cousin down there. Hey Nick. What are the chances of that? Amazing. Come on, let's go through.
Yeah, after you, I'll take you up to the next floor.
Yeah.
That door, and we come back to the spiral staircase.
Okay, oh, it's getting, okay, beautiful. Look at this.
So that brick staircase is underneath us now.
Right, oh, this is incredible. Look at this. You can smell the history in here.
You can, yeah, very much so.
Can't you?
This is the council chamber.
Okay.
So the council would meet here every month up until 1999.
Okay. Now the question I've got is this authentic, this furniture?
Yeah. The table up there.
And this for an oil lamp or?
That would have been the ink. They would have had glass inner. Oh, actually, I think that is the inner.
Okay.
Oh, it is glass. It's got a hole.
Yeah.
The ink would have been in there so they could keep their.
Use the quill.
Yeah, quill, and then these kind of pens that you've got on there.
Oh right. Okay. Let's have a little look here. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Look at that. How things have changed, eh?
Absolutely.
We've got a judge's wig.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Horsehair.
Horsehair?
Yeah.
That's what they're made of, yeah? Why do you know why they would wear that? What the significance of that is?
Well, I suppose it's a leftover from the sort of Pepys era.
Okay.
When everyone
Samuel
had
Pepys.
enormous wigs.
Right.
So it was a symbol of their authority, I suppose.
And it says, "I'm fragile, please don't touch me." So I'm assuming this is authentic.
Yes.
Right, all right.
Yeah, that's genuine.
Do you know how much I want to touch that, Sue? I really want to.
Gentle.
Oh, go on. Huh?
It's horrible. It's horrible.
It is. It is. I wish I hadn't now.
Okay.
Okay.
Case. that you can, the whole thing stands inside.
That would go in there, that actual...
Yeah. See, that
Place
was
to put
made
it.
by the people who, well, Lincoln's Inn.
Ravenscroft
in London.
Law, Wigan Robe Makers, Lincoln's Inn, London. Can I wear the judge's outfit?
You can, this is the mayor's, well, this is a facsimile of the mayor's.
It's the mayor's outfit.
Yeah. Mayors wear red, aldermen wear blue.
Right, okay, I've got to try this on then.
And you could try a knitted wig on.
Right, come on then, right. Okay, here we go.
Try and get the glare out. That was it.
That's that.
Oh,
and then,
yeah.
then what's this here?
This is a knitted version of the wig.
A knitted version of the wig. Which way is it? Goes like this, yeah?
That's it. You're now the mayor.
Don't feel any different, I've got to be honest.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. Let me get into the role.
Yeah, it's got that feel to it.
My subjects.
Fellow members of the council.
I'm going to pretend to do all this stuff for you in Maldon, but actually I'm not going to execute on any of it. It's just a lie to get you to vote for me.
Absolutely. It goes beautifully with the shorts.
It does, doesn't it? Thanks very much. So you want to take it off?
These around the walls, these are the charters.
Right.
And a charter was really important for a town. It gave them all sorts of rights. It let them decide how to make their own bylaws, to charge tolls to come into the town, and to have a gallows out at the edge of the town as well. Our first charter is 1171, which
Right.
is Henry II.
Henry II,
Yeah,
right.
so it was an 800-year charter, so
Right.
it finished in 1971, and the Queen came, and it was all very civic.
Yeah. What was, so the point in the charter was what exactly?
A charter was an agreement
Right.
between the king and the town.
Okay.
The town would agree to support the king, quite possibly to do something like, certainly on Maldon's part, to provide a boat for the king's service that
Right.
had been made down at the down the prom.
Right, right.
That's why our coat of arms
Okay.
has got a boat in it.
Okay.
You've got the boat on one.
So that's the Maldon coat of arms, is
the
it?
Maldon coat of arms.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And these are...
These were the police staves. So when they marched in processions,
Okay.
they would have marched with one of those.
Oh, I see.
And this fabulous clock,
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
which that's the Grim Reaper tick-tocking back and forward. At
Wow.
The top.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute, let me zoom in there.
It says Tempus Fugit, time flies.
Isn't that... That's amazing, isn't
It's
it?
brilliant.
I love that.
Yeah,
What a stunning clock.
it is beautiful. Made in Chelmsford.
And that was made in Chelmsford, yeah?
In the darkness over there's Thomas Plume.
In the darkness is Thomas Plume. And tell me about the significance of him.
Yeah, Thomas Plume started the first one of the, well, he was he grew up in Maldon.
Yeah.
And then he went into the church.
Right.
Eventually. And in his will, he left money to provide a library and to provide the town's first grammar school as well.
Oh, right.
The school, the secondary school in Maldon, is still called the Plume. So it's now it's Plume Academy, I think now.
And can you visit the library? Is that still
The
accessible?
library is still accessible. Yes. I think it's just down there.
One of the oldest libraries in the country?
One of them.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah. This is on here.
Yeah.
This is what we call a witch mark. It's very faint.
Where? Oh,
You
what?
see the little circle?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a witch mark. I don't know how old it is, but it's obviously been there a long time. And you find them at entrances and exits to buildings.
Okay.
And they're supposed to ward off witches.
Astounding. And how old are we thinking that this...
Not sure.
Witch mark?
Not
No.
sure. It's called a daisy wheel.
A daisy wheel? Well, I think, you know, there's going to be people fascinated with that. I've never seen anything like it. Incredible. And we're moving upstairs again, right?
And this is the best door ever. I'll say, just watch where you're putting your feet when we get to the roof, because
All
the
right.
view is so amazing. There's little steps and you are liable to trip.
Oh, I'm excited about this. Go on.
Okay, so the door goes up.
What? This place is awesome. Absolutely amazing.
The steps are quite big, so take your time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we got the handrail.
Yeah, this is very, very steep, everyone. Very, very steep. Yeah, I can see why you got the handrail. Whoa.
And because we're grade 1 listed, we can't do anything to make it easier.
No, of course not. You wouldn't want to either. There's another passageway that goes up there as well.
Oh yeah, you'll see that in a minute.
This just gets better and better, doesn't it? Oh, come on. Look at this. Wow. And that's the Maldon Flats over there, isn't it?
I've not heard them called that before.
Have you not?
Yeah.
The Prom, okay.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful view, isn't it?
Park it's called, but
Promenade Park.
Old Maldonians call it the Prom.
Yes.
First steps here, watch your feet.
Oh, I can see, yeah. That's the bell tower. Would you call this a turret?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, not sure why that's there.
Okay.
Originally,
yeah.
Next one's there. Lord Darcy would have had a dovecote on the top of the roof. So he would have got meat and eggs from the pigeons.
And there's the street.
And there's the street.
What a terrific view, isn't it, from here? Fantastic.
It's glorious.
And it's an incredible day for it as well. Guys, you've got to come to Maldon. Look at this. Okay. But let's have a little look at the mechanism here.
Yes.
How old is this, Sue?
1880, I think that's on a bell, 1888.
Beautiful. Can I climb up here to this part?
Yeah,
okay.
Please do. Please do.
Alright, don't want to fall through or anything.
1881, sorry.
1881.
Yes. It rings every quarter of an hour and it does the same tune as Big Ben.
It does the same tune as Big Ben?
Yes.
Was it then linked to Big Ben?
No.
Is there a reason? No, okay.
No,
Okay.
just...
Hello? Jesus, that is loud. I love it.
Yeah, it's fabulous, isn't it?
Who's ringing that?
Electronically now, but up
No.
until 1971.
Don't tell people that,
Okay.
Sue.
There's a little man downstairs.
Is he dressed up in an old cloak in,
I suspect he
14th
might
century
be.
outfit or something like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay, there you go. That's much better, isn't it?
Much better.
That's much better. Much better than being electronically run.
Exactly. But there was a little old man who did wind the clock.
Really?
Up until 1971. And
We say little old man, how small was he?
he was, well, he looks tiny in the only picture I've seen of him.
There's a picture of a little old man winding the clock.
Winding this enormous mechanism.
See, I want to see this now.
Not sure where it is now, unfortunately.
Well, we can imagine it though. We can imagine it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant. Sue, now before I go, you mentioned you do weddings here, right?
Yeah, we do. You can. We've had lots of brides over the years.
And grooms.
You can add grooms. Yeah, I suppose they're there as well.
Yeah. Go
And
on.
you get married on any of the 3 floors.
Okay.
And you get access to the roof. You get access to the balcony.
And I guess they can check the website. There'll be details on the website for that as well.
Everything on the website, and that's just scratching the surface of the history of this building.
I know you said there's different tour guides, but tons more stories as well. You've got a short snippet, and wasn't that detailed for a snippet? Incredible. Otherwise we'd be here all day, wouldn't we? But very, very interesting.
Thank you.
Really appreciate that. Thank you so much, Sue. I shall be off.
Thank you.
Take care. Cheers.
Bye.
How incredible was that? Sue's fantastic, amazing history. Please come down to Moot Hall in Maldon. Of course, I'm going to do a full tour of Maldon as well because there's so much to see. But until then, next time, I'll catch you then. Cheers.